Filmora 11 is one of the easiest to learn and one of the most beginner-friendly editing apps out there. So I wanted to show you exactly how to get started editing your first project with Filmora 11. I'll start with the basic editing process in Filmora 11, and then I'll show you all the different things you could do right inside of the Filmora app. And at the end of the video, I'll show you a couple of brand new special features that came out with Filmora 11. And Filmora 11 is available on both Mac or Windows PC, so whichever computer you have, you could download it for that device. I'll put a link in the description below this video so you could follow along with the rest of the video. When you open the Filmora app for the first time, you're going to see this page. This is basically where you could create your project, and your recent project, so if you want to go back to an existing one, will appear over here. I'm going to create a new project here. And right here, the aspect ratio is something you could choose right now. So depending on where you're going with this video, where you will publish this video, you could choose this here. Widescreen is typically what we would see on TV or on YouTube. So I'm going to start here, but vertical is available over here as well. And then I'm going to press new project in a second. I do want to show you 4 options that are out here on the bottom. So these tools options, one of them lets you record your computer screen right in the Filmora app. So that's really useful. You don't have to use any other software. Auto reframing is really cool. So if you want to change the size of an existing video, you could go from horizontal videos, for example, to more vertical videos. You also have this instant cutter option that basically lets you quickly trim or merge different clips. So instead of starting a whole new project, you could just go ahead and trim this back here and just export this section. And AI Styler lets you double click any of these advanced AI filters and apply it just like this to any video clip. I just recommend you start here with the new project tab. So we'll press that. And when you look at the Filmora app for the first time, it's really great because it's designed just like other editing platforms. So if you've already edited on a different platform, this is going to look very familiar to you. If you're brand new to editing, this is also going to make a lot of sense. So the interface here is basically 3 different sections, right? So you have this section right here. This is basically where you import your media. This is your media panel here. So importing all kinds of different media. Media is basically your photos, your videos, your audio. They will all appear over here. And then on top of that, you could actually select different tabs. And as you select them, it changes this panel here. So if you're working on audio, for example, you will be on this tab, titles on this tab. But we'll go through this step by step. Right now, you could remain on the media tab. Here is your preview window where you could look at your video clips or your images here. I'll show you that in a second. And down here is your timeline. Basically, in any editing project, the timeline is where the actual story is being told and where all the editing is going to take place. So we're going to spend a lot of time down here in the timeline. Next, let's go ahead and import some media. You could import what you've already created yourself. So I used my phone to shoot some video that I'm going to use as a sample, but they also have what's called stock video here available to you. That's just basically something someone else created, but you have permission to use it. So to import media, you just click over here or you drag your media to this tab. I'm going to click here. I have a folder on my computer. I just took video from my phone, send it to my computer, and then I could import it right in here. So these are all the different clips, and I'm gonna go ahead and just go down here, hold shift and select all of them, and then press open on this page. And these are all the different video clips that got imported into my project. Okay, so you could do the same thing, bring in any images you wanna use and any videos that you want to edit into this panel in the same way. Again, there's an import option up here. If you wanna use sample videos, there's a tab for that. So it gives you all these different types of videos, so you could use these instead. And there's green screen. We'll talk about green screen a little bit later. If you want to use stock media, basically other people's creation here that you could use, there's a bunch of them available to you. So for example, if you go to Unsplash, you'll see high resolution photos you could go ahead and use. And Pixabay will have photos and videos that you could use, and you would just grab them from this tab and then use them. Let's talk about the basic editing now that we've imported what we want to use. For basic editing, there's a couple of ways you could add a clip to your timeline, which is where your editing takes place. One is, let me go to my project media, and let's say I want to start with this clip. I could just select this clip here, and you see the preview window will show you the clip. I'm gonna just put this on mute here, and if I press play right here, I could just preview the entire clip. Okay, I'm gonna press spacebar and pause it. I could just drag this to my timeline like this. And if I bring it in the beginning, my video is going to start right in the beginning. If you see a pop-up like this, it's asking you a formatting option. I usually just choose match to media. Okay, so it's just changing the setting of your edit to whatever your media, which is your video, was created in. So I just choose this typically in almost all cases. Now our editing has started. So if I press the space bar, I have my first clip over here. So that's one way to do it, just grab and bring down. Another way is you could double click on a clip. It's gonna put it in your preview window. Let me actually use this one right here. I'll double click it. And you could basically create an endpoint. That's this little marker. So you see it created this little endpoint. And then I could go to where I want this clip to end, let's say like right over here, and I could create an out point. And then I could drag it from here instead. Okay, so if I do it this way, it only includes from the in point to the out point and not the whole clip. If I drag it from up here, it will include the whole clip. So sometimes it makes it a lot easier to just create an in point and out point and just bring the section you want to use in your timeline down here. What I recommend you do is either grab what you want to use, bring it down here, and just snap them one after another to basically create a simple edit here on the bottom. Now, a couple of things you could do down here in your timeline is a lot of times you want to start a clip a little bit later. So this clip, for example, if I press play, let's say I want to start it here. So if I pause it here, you see this red line? I could use the cut tool. You see the scissor icon? This basically creates a cut or a split. If I select it, you see this line just got created. So all I need to do now is select the previous part of this and press delete, and I just got rid of the beginning. So I could do the exact same thing at the end. I could press the split here. I could do it from here and not from here. Select this last section, press delete, and now the entire length of my clip is just from here to here. Okay, so you could preview it up here. Sometimes you want to delete something in the middle, not beginning or end. So how do you do that? Well, let me go ahead and increase the size here. You see this slider here? It will just kind of extend your timeline so you could see more. So all I have to do is the exact same thing. Let's say I want to just get rid of the middle part. I'll put the split icon here. I'll bring it over here and do it again. And then I could just select this part and press delete. So now it took out the middle part, not the beginning or the end. There we go. And you could also sometimes grab the clip, if it's your last clip, by the end of the clip and just drag it in, and it basically cuts out the other part of it without having to create a split. So now this clip is going to end here. Now sometimes you want to change the order of clips. All you have to do is grab one clip like this and then just drag it over here, and then it creates an empty section here. You could select that empty section and then press delete, and it fills it in with the clip that was next to it. There's an undo and there is a redo option right here that comes in really handy if you ever make a mistake. Now, after editing your video, you want to work with audio. So that could be voice and that could be music. Let me show you that here. If you have audio with the video clip, you'll see this green section right here. So you could grab this right here, the slider, and reduce the volume if you don't want any volume from the clip. So in this case, I don't want any volume coming from this clip because I'm going to add music instead. So I would reduce the volume. If someone was talking though, you could keep that at exactly where it was before, which is 0 dB here. Okay, that's the volume of it. So you could leave it alone. But in this case, I'll go ahead and mute it. Now let's go to the audio tab, and here we may want to choose some songs here that we will add down over here. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this song, for example, and bring it down here, just like any video clip. I'll just make sure I come to the beginning of my whole video and I'll add it here, and it's gonna go ahead and download and convert it. I'm gonna grab and bring it right to the very beginning. You see this is much longer, right? So I need to bring this red line over here to the end, and I need to create a cut. So I'll cut here, and then I'll select the rest and press delete. So now my music and my entire edit is the same length over here. If you want to change the volume of anything, this is the slider for that. And sometimes you want to add what's called B-roll to your video, right? So to do that, you basically add another video track. So right now I have one audio track and one video track. You see, this is video track 1, this is audio 1. But I could click this option right here, this plus sign, and add a video track. Now it's going to create a video track 2, and I could go back to my media panel or my stock video panel and add things on top. So let's say I want to add this one. I'm going to grab it, bring it down here. It's going to put it on top. I'm going to actually reduce the size of it. And basically what happens is if I press play, it's going to go from track 1 to whatever the top track is, which is track 2. And it'll cut to this video clip that was just one of the stocks. So this is what's called adding B-roll, where you add another video track and add other footage to it. And you could do the same thing if you have multiple layers of audio like music or someone talking. Now let's look at transitions. Transitions could make this really come to life. The transition tab is up here and there's a bunch of really useful transitions here. Let me increase the size of this so you can see. If I want to add a transition right here, I'm going to go from this clip and do a transition to this clip. So it's not just a cut. When there's no transition, it's just called a cut. So if I want to do a dissolve, I could grab it and bring it and put it between these two clips. Now if I go here and press play, see nicely dissolve to the other clip. And there's a whole bunch of useful ones right here that you could use. Some are a little bit cheesy, like a cube transition. I typically wouldn't use something like that, but it can be useful in some cases. You could see that. But there's a lot of different transitions here that you could use from, all built into Filmora here. And to change the duration of a transition, like if you want a shorter transition, just grab it and squeeze it like this. And now it's much quicker. So it'll go like that. Then usually after transitions, I might want to add some titles like text on top of my video, because typically with text, you can really keep people engaged on your video. That's the title tab over here. And what's great about Filmora, a lot of the titles, you don't have to build from scratch. Everything's built there, the animation included. So for example, if I want to add a title like this, I'm going to go to the beginning of my video, grab the title and put it on that new video track I created. If you didn't create a video track, create one now as a second video track, or even a third if you have two already. And if I press play, if I go to the beginning and press play, you can see the title will show up over here. Now to edit the title, all you have to do is double click it and it will load it up over here. So you would change yours. I would double click on the second box here and then type in Chicago. And that's basically how simple it is to add a graphic. There's a bunch of other things like changing the font and all kinds of color settings and position settings too that you could work with. And there's other styles here and animation presets on this side. Now there are effects and elements too that come in really handy. Let me show you those. Now with effects, typically you may think of filters basically that lay on top of the video. So I'm gonna grab an effect here. Let's choose this mild effect here. Let's go ahead and drag it on top of our video clip and it's gonna apply it. And it's going to give an interesting look to our video. You see that? So for a title, that might be interesting. If you wanted a different look, like a golden look, you could drag that on top and look at that video. It looks completely different now. Sometimes that's really nice too when you're using a title. So that fits a lot nicer for our beginning. So take a look at all of these. There's a ton of them. You can make your footage black and white, very cinematic, all kinds of different filters and effects. And you could see a whole bunch more over here. Then you also have elements. Elements are really interesting because they're kind of pre-built advanced animations you put on top of your video. So if I go a little bit later, like over here, let's say I want to add this one here. I'll grab it, put it on top. And this works sort of like a video because it's on top of your existing video. If I press play, look at this. That's pretty cool. So you could go ahead and double click these as well and kind of place them wherever you want. So if you want them on top of something else, you could just go ahead and move them around. And Filmora 11 actually makes split screen too very, very easy to use. With split screen here, this last option, basically you could put 2 or 3 different video clips next to each other in a really interesting format. So for example, if I just grab this paper one, I'll put it at the end of my video here and it's gonna download it. And you see what this is doing right here? It's letting me drop a video here, here, and here. Okay, so all I have to do is, for example, if I just drag this clip, I could drag it here. I could drag another one here in the middle, and then I'll add this last one over here to number 3. And look how cool this is. That's really, really interesting. A lot of times you may have green screen footage that you want to work with. Let me show you how easy that is. Here, I just imported a green screen clip here. I'm gonna drag it down here, and this is our clip here. And look how easy it is to take out the green and replace it with something else. I'm gonna select it and look up here. We haven't talked too much about these options here, but one of them right here is called green screen. If I select this one basically it lets me select the green. So I'm going to turn this on right here. And look at that, just one click and the background got removed. And typically when I bring another background and if it doesn't look quite right, I could play around with all kinds of different settings here to make this look right. So maybe I'll slide this down and then I could go ahead and press OK. Now to bring something in the background, I just have to bring up this clip to the top layer so I could bring something underneath. Then I'll go back to my stock media, for example, and I could basically take anything from here or just do a simple search. So I'll just use one of these animations. I'll bring it down underneath here. And this is basically the result I got. And then I could go ahead and select the top one and just work with any of these settings just to make sure I don't cut anything from her that I don't want. But it's really that simple to use green screen and change out the background here in Filmora 11. Now, before I show you how to save and how to export this out of Filmora 11, let me show you two of my favorite new options that Filmora 11 rolled out. One of them has to do with how you change speed. It's called speed ramping. Let me show you how cool this is. I'm going to bring in this clip right here. I'll bring it to my timeline. And right here, I'm going to select it. And I'm going to come over here. And there's an option here for speed. Okay, that looks like this icon right over here. I'm going to select it. And traditional speed changes allow you to make things slower, faster, or just keep it normal. But faster, for example, you could go up to 100 times faster. But check out speed ramping right here. Let me select this to show you what it does. It gives you some customizable and some default option like bullet time and jumper. I like this one, hero momentum. Let me select that. And it basically creates what's called keyframes. Now, this is typically a lot more advanced using keyframes, but this with these built-in presets, I'm going to press OK to show you what it does. I'm going to come in the beginning and look at how it changes. Basically goes quick and then slows down and then goes quick again. I'm going to press play. You see sped up, slowed down, and then it's going to speed up again. How cool is that? I didn't have to do anything that took any advanced editing like adding keyframes. And that's all over here under the speed ramping option. And you also have the traditional freeze frame and regular uniform speed options in that same menu. And another new advanced option is called color matching. Basically, if you want to get a uniform look, a uniform color and filter across your different clips, this lets you do that automatically. I'm going to select the same clip and I'm going to click this option right here, advanced color tuning. Let me select that. And we want to do color match. Okay, there's color correction too. So it says select a reference frame. So I could just drag this. Let's say I want to select this frame here as a reference. I could just match, click that, and you see how it's matching this to this. It's given in that little hue of green just from this clip, and then I could just press OK. You could save an incredible amount of time using that option. Now let's go ahead and save and export our project. So usually I'll go to File and I'll do a Save As, so I could always come back to this project later. So I'll give it a name here. I haven't given it a name. Day in Chicago, and I'll choose a folder here to save it to, so I could always come back to it later on. And then to export, that's this icon right here, press export. So for formats, you could choose individual devices, you could choose YouTube here if you're going to YouTube, and even sign in directly to YouTube, but typically I'll just stay on format. MP4 is probably the most popular format, so typically you will select this 99% of the time. And then you would choose output. This is going to the Filmora output folder. That's okay. Resolution is fine. So typically I just would have to press export. Just make sure you choose either MOV or MP4, or based on your device or YouTube, press export right here. And then it's gonna just go ahead and export it. It's usually a pretty quick process. And this is my finished video, right? So I could go ahead and post it on social media or send it to anyone I want from here. And that should give you the fundamental framework for editing any video using Filmora 11, and I hope you found it useful. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll see you on the next video.